describe my level of respect, appreciation, and admiration for Mick Cronin. He's a son of a coach. He's a coach. And they are a reflection of their coach. That pressure was extraordinary.
Yeah.
We couldn't simulate that with 7 guys. But we adjusted. We never quit. Without Justin Betts, who plays, if you take away the Campbellsville-Harrisburg game, 35, 36 minutes a game. And, I'm just going to ask everybody, what happened in practice yesterday is, I've coached a long time. And for those that don't know, I'm sure y'all talked about it on the broadcast.
We did.
People that listen to the interview. In literally a 10-minute span, not 10 game minutes, 10 minutes, Nick Thielen had a no contact, no one within 10 feet of him, knee injury. He will have an MRI tomorrow. We'll see. Let's pray for Nick. Justin Betts takes a knee in his labrum in a defensive drill. He will see the doctor tomorrow. And he went through warm-ups and just couldn't do it. We all know if there's anybody on this earth that could have done it, it's Justin Betts.
Yeah, he couldn't have played at that pace tonight.
And then Zach Jennings. Now, this is within 10 minutes. Jack Jennings is diving at mid-court for a loose ball in practice. Separates his shoulder. Before Brad Bluestone can get it put back in place, he's asking if he got the possession. And then all that was transferred into competition today. I thought top to bottom, everybody learned today. Here's what I said to him after the game, and you can take this quote to the bank. There's not going to be one what if. What if we'd have made this free throw? What if we'd have got this defensive stop? There's not going to be one what if. All our focus is the night when we walk out of Poly Pavilion and we walk to that hotel, it's what's going to be. How are we going to learn from Duke, from Clemson? How are we going to learn from Louisville? How are we going to learn from UCLA? It's what's going to be. We're not saying what if. That's out. They're smart young men. They realize that. I had 17 heads bobbling. Looked like a bobblehead when I was saying that, all like, yes, yes, yes. That's how we left the locker room. Go ahead.
Yeah, they'll never play under pressure that they had tonight. Physical pressure by UCLA the rest of the year. Nobody's going to play.
At the
like
under
that.
8, I think we'd outscored them 7 in the second half.
Yeah, you were up. Yeah, you'd cut it to 10 and had a chance to cut it. Missed a free throw and missed a shot both times to cut it.
And we missed 2 threes that could have got the thing down to like 7 points. 2 really good looks.
Yeah.
But you know what? They forced us to do things. I mean, if you really break the game down, points in the paint, they scored 54 points in the paint.
Yeah.
And they had 17 fast break points, and we didn't have any. I mean, that's just sheer.
But that's off turnovers.
Strength and athleticism. Well, the points off turnovers, 30 to 17.
Yeah.
I mean, we scored on when we turned them over.
Exactly.
I mean, it's. But it was a lot of positives. Without JB, I mean, it's hard to downplay that, folks. He's our best player. And it's one
leading rebounder, leading assist man.
And one of the most special leaders I've ever coached, period, ever.
Any
level.
You had to play, because of that, him being out, you had to give extended playing time to Ben Johnson and Jalen Fairman, and those guys came in and did pretty well.
Jalen learned a lot tonight. And now, I said to him in the locker room, in my career as a teacher or as a coach, which are both the same, who are the greatest that you've ever taught or coached? It's the great willing learners, people that want to learn. And that light has to go on. That light has to go on, that I want to learn. But it's the same for Ben Johnson. It's the same for Sam, for LT. I mean, we're still learning to be done. We went smaller and honestly held our own. Mm-hmm. Okay, we did. Alec, you got to understand, missed 9 months of basketball. I thought Bash, that's the most minutes Bash has ever played in his life. He played tremendous. He really did. He fought, man. Kurt, 4 out of 8 from the 3. There you go. We would never shoot 32 threes out of 54 shots. But your opponent dictates.
Yeah, you weren't getting much else.
Yeah, it was hard to get to that rim.
I felt sorry for Garrett. He's off to a good start and then gets in foul trouble and never got going again.
No, really sad. It was. He ends up only 20 minutes, but it wasn't a real 20 minutes because he was so tentative with the 4 fouls. I'll say this. It's, to me, a learning environment that you can't replicate anywhere. To get ready to play in our league, to play at Clemson, at Duke, Louisville, this is incredible for us. That's why I'm so appreciative of Mick. I am. Yeah, it's about relationships. But, Ben Johnson, a lot of confidence tonight. You could see it, man.
Yeah.
You could see it going.
He was making shots in the lane tonight that he had the same shots against Duke and came up short.
And now
let me go back to these injuries. So the 3 bad injuries occur while I set out Kurt Hoff, who has a bruised sternum, played heavily padded, and Pete Suter, I didn't want him to practice just because I didn't want his thumb to get banged on. It's been banged on severely twice in the last 5 days. And then we get 3 to go down when I got 2 starters sitting out. I blamed Mick. He cursed this gym. It was phenomenal, though.
Now, of course, you play Kentucky. First time in the Bellarmine history to do that on the Tuesday, short preparation time. But how many, I don't know off the top of your head, how many of your guys have been to Rupp Arena? Been in? Nick Thielen told me he's obviously been in there.
Won the state championship there. Ben's obviously been there.
Justin told me he had not been.
No, Justin would not. I would say none of the Kentucky guys. Jalen has not. No, I would say
Bash and Alec and those guys?
I would say no. I would say no. That would be great for them.
Yep.
This game will be a great preparation for what Kentucky will do. Because they will just overwhelm you with physicality and athleticism. So, we'll transfer that into competition. We've got a red eye tonight, leaving at 10:45. Scooter gave me great news. Our plane's 10 minutes early.
Oh, there it is.
It's 10 minutes early already.
Yes, that's helpful.
And then we're going to get in on campus by 10 a.m. We'll meet with the players during our practice time of 4:30, and we'll work out some guys that aren't getting as many minutes through individuals. Brad Bluestone needs a shout out. What he has done has been incredible. With those 3 kids go down. He already had Kurt and Pete at a doctor yesterday. Got them cleared. Then he gets these 3. He already has those 2. Both have MRIs scheduled tomorrow. And that's through our relationship with Norton and JV seeing his specialist to get his injection. Everybody else was good to go.
So the only thing really now is just obviously hope for the best for those guys. And
everybody hit those knees. Say a little prayer for them.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, Scott.
No, thank you, guys. Let's have a safe flight.
We'll try to sleep on the plane and see how that works.
Yeah.
before the game with Kentucky on Tuesday.